Alright guys, so finished the trailer skid, and yesterday I actually took the car out to my block of land on the dirt. Had a bit of a go, but it's a bit of a waste of time taking it out there. It's just so dusty, it's bumpy, it's just not really what it's designed for. So today I'm looking at mocking up this grill area. I want to get sort of all the front end finished. Alright, so we just finished the trailer skid video. While it's still loaded up, I'm gonna just take it out to my block and flog it around basically. It's shakedown time, so just brought it out to my block of land. It's not the perfect test pad, but it'll help me throw it around, do a few donuts, try and sort of tip in the grass and just find what works, what doesn't, what's gonna break. I'm certainly no chassis expert. It's the first time I've ever built anything like this from scratch. It may steer, it may not. Yeah, so we'll give it a go. I've fixed up the trailer. So it previously only had these bits here to up to here to hang the ramps on, which wasn't narrow enough, so just welded another bit of angle right across, and I've got some other ramps in my little shed there. I'll get them out and they should be wide enough for me to be able to go straight back off reasonably easily. So yeah, I'll go get that sorted, get it unloaded, and get some cameras set up and stuff, and then we'll start giving it heaps. up. Very bumpy and just dusty and dirty here. It's getting up to temperature. Once it gets to 90 degrees, the fans and pump and everything should kick in. Tune's still not right, but I'll wait and see what happens once it gets warmer. It might sort of get better. I'll see what happens there. So it's just still stumbling and hesitating and stuff as you rev it. But as far as the steering and brakes and everything is good, it seems really controllable to like spin it around and do donuts and go down corners and stuff. Because it's got a stock stall in it at the minute, it's absolutely horrible. Like sitting here in the dirt, just idling with the brakes on, just going over your brakes, it's just spinning, and I was like, what's that noise? And it's just the wheels spinning, you can't stop it. So yeah, we'll just check that temperature, see what's happening here. We're at 86. See what happens, this fan kicks in. So the pump's going. Fan kicking in, so must be something wrong with that relay got melted. See what happens with the temperature there. Yeah, it's come back down now. That's good, it's up to temp. We'll see what happens. So in about a week and a half, I've got a mate's event that he's putting on the river in a rumble. So it's sort of a private event, a camping thing at one of the caravan parks, and you can sort of cruise your own registered cars and stuff around. So the idea is to take that there, but I want to take this there, but I want to get it all finished first. So I've got to finish the bodywork, finish the front bar, get this grill mounted. And the way I'm looking at doing this now is mounting it actually to the whole bumper bit, so the grill stays there and then the body will lift up. So I'm just about to test the actuators and just see what happens when it grabs. So you might see here it's pulled out a little bit. I'm going to try and just see how we go, because we're going to have issues with clearance here. I may need to end up trimming just the bottom corner out of that out there, but I'll hit the button a little bit and we'll see what happens. Just turn it down. Okay. What's going on here? Alright, looking good so far. I'll just set this up. Okay, so the battery ran at 4, but it's just catching just a tiny bit on here, so I think it's fine. I just got to pull that out a little bit. What else have I got to do? So I'm waiting on my shifter lever and bracket and stuff to come in, and I've got a new cable right there, so that way the tunnel can go back in and get it all sorted. So there's a few things I've still got to do. Finish this grill off. Got to get some fittings welded in the valve covers for a catch can. So you can see there having a bit of a blow-by out there, and it actually went up through the little hole in the dash and came out on the inside of the windscreen there. So I've got to fix that up. I've still got to do the plug from the alternator to actually get it to kick in and start charging. I haven't wired that up yet. It's got the big heavy cable, but no little trigger wire. Right, what else? Seatbelts should be getting delivered soon, along with the shifter cable. I've just got some cheap 4-point harnesses, which I'll have to find a spot to bolt in. And then just look at doing a little bit of sealing with some rubber, like a bit of rubber across the top there. And also when it goes down, I've got to seal this gap here, so, and at the back there as well. Not sure how that's going to happen yet. I might get some big brush stuff like on truck mudguards and see if that'll help seal it a bit. And then I've got to seal off tubs in the back there. So if we look up here, there's just that little gap there, which I may just have to make some little sheet metal parts that just have a couple of screws holding them, that I just sort of, that can fit tight with the body for the actual burnout comp side of things. I'll just have them screwed in. It shouldn't take long, because on that trailer burnout it just funneled all the smoke straight into the cabin and I couldn't see anything, so that can be an issue. So yeah, just going to finish this grill off, start doing a bit of sanding and stuff for that, which is fun in this heat. We've got a shifter, thank God. I got my new cable just there. Going to get that in today, and I also got some harnesses. So just started sort of looking where I'm going to mock this up. It is so bloody tight in there. Like, even with those thin little aluminium seats. I'll try and show you. So yeah, these ones are going to have to go, I'm going to have to make a bar or something down the bottom to mount them to. This one, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to do it. I might do a combination seat mount and harness mount there. And then this side, have a look how bloody tight it is there. I can't even really go under the seat. I might have to actually mount it to this, because it's made out of sort of 5mm steel tube anyway. I just have to put it under there for now. Just see how it goes, but the priority at the minute is to get that shifter on, get the tunnel cleaned up and tunnel back in. Works.
Yep.
Still there. Alright guys, so I'm not sure where I left it last time, but we've now got full tunnel seatbelts, they've all been mounted. So that's all pretty good to go. Just got to finish trimming these doors, and I've just finished all the bodywork on this front bar. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. So I don't know if you can tell in this light, but I've painted the silver here and on this bit here. So I'll tape that off and then trim that around and paint the rest black. And just once I put the red stripe on here, it should be ready to go back on, and it'll actually look complete. So let's get stuck into that. Alright, so what have we got going on here? Front bar is on. I haven't done the red pinstripe yet, waiting for that to that paint to set properly, but I'm going to have a go at putting this underbody deadener stuff inside the Mini. So, pretty sure I've got it all covered up. I'm gonna get stuck into here and yeah, get all that done. Just try and neaten it up, take the rattles out, maybe cool it down a little bit in there and just look a bit nicer. So let's see, I've never used one of these guns before, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so it's all done and it's white. So, holy shit, the rain's coming down hard. I didn't want it white, so I just bought some flat black paint and then I go over the top of it and blacken it all out. Alright, so who doesn't love a bit of drama? I've delivered the the little Mini Dale Truck to the Rumble yesterday. Just came out to get a slug, and it was smoking heavily from that pipe there. You can see that's all sort of oiled up and making a weird noise. It sounds like one cylinder's down or something. So I thought, okay, I'll move it out and I'll take the Convict instead. So the Convict would have been fine. I just put some ethanol in and it fired, but with this sort of semi-cold weather, and you need a little bit of petrol usually to get them going properly. So it was firing, I'd run for a second, then it would stop. And I just thought, oh bugger, I'll just take the Mini there, that's it. So just came back, took the battery back out of that, put it back in the slug, and then went to start it. Wasn't quite enough, quite enough charge. I just, before I even hooked it up to jump start it, and what's that burning smell? And in there, you can see flames. Ignition was off and everything. So, I don't know what we can see in there. Some wires in there just melted. And this thing's so heavy you can't push it. So, here comes the next mission of trying to get it back in there. So, I'll hook up a bit of a strap, tow it back, and then try and just get some wood or something and push it back into the shed. So, it sounds like the motor's dead, the wiring's been a bit killed, so who knows. The slug might be sitting until it gets reincarnated one day. Ah, far out. Oh well, let's do it. Alright guys, so welcome back. This episode's going to be a bit all over the place because I sort of spent the rest of the time finishing off the front end, which you can see there. That bump is pretty much done. I'm just going to get a little number plate for it, but that's that. And I spent the weekend driving it at the Rumble, the Riverina Rumble. It's an event my mate puts on, and it's just basically a big catch up. So it was in a closed caravan park, so I was able to cruise this around and put a few miles on it. I still wasn't able to really step on it, unfortunately, but from just cruising it around, everything seems to work really well. The steering is really good, really tight, brakes and everything, and yeah, it's great. The only problem is with that stock stall, it's just still just wheel spins when you're just sitting in drive with the brake on, just in the gravel and stuff. But I'm gonna get a bigger stall and fix that soon. So yeah, on that stall, I'm looking for a bigger stall, just waiting for a cheap one to come up. And there's some little oil leak somewhere at the back of the engine. It's only a tiny little bit, so I'm just waiting. I don't want to pull that out and fix that before I've got this stall, because it's just a waste of time. I've got to do it twice. So once I find the stall, I'll fix up that oil leak. Everything else though is just great. I don't think the fan's even kicked in all weekend. It didn't get warm. Yeah, all my mates had a drive, and everyone seemed to think it was really good. I lost this GoPro for a little while. It fell off the back of my ute when I was going to get methanol for Rogue's Tirana, but someone gave it back, luckily. My other little GoPro, the little sessions, which I took heaps of footage with, all the data got lost somehow, so nothing off that card. That was a real pain. And any videos I took with my phone had no microphone because the microphone broke in it. So there'll be a few videos in this episode that don't have any sound. I'll just put some music or something over the background, and that's why. So unfortunately, there's not that much footage of it cruising around because it just the GoPro didn't work for whatever reason. But yeah, I'll just give you a look around now. It's pretty much finished, other than got to do the bonnet and sort of block off the headlights and that sort of thing, because dirt was flicking up off the top of the tyre back out the front. And also got to seal up these sections here. I still haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but yeah, there's a bit of mud flicking up there and inside the door panel. So I've trimmed the door panels now. Other than that, it's great. Shifter worked great, the dash worked great. Yeah, so I might just fire it up, just drive it out there so you can have a bit of a look at it. And that'll do it for this episode. So thanks for coming and watching me build it. Soon the dyno, I'll go and hit the dyno up, hopefully within the next week or two. And depending on if that oil leak gets too bad. And then try and find a time to skid it, but all the events I've looked at so far, I'm on shift at work, so it's just not working out so far, but we'll figure something out, and it shows great potential anyway, so here we go. So there we go. Pretty bloody stoked with how it's turned out. So thanks for your support, all the comments and encouragement. And let's get it out there and skid it. Start popping some tyres.